People on YouTube, you can give your answers here. I'm just checking out. A few more seconds. Let's everyone give an answer. Let me check some YouTube answers. YouTube answers. Okay, YouTube as well. I'm seeing answer goes with a C. And then Zoom here, I'm seeing mostly people going with C. All right, look like one alphabet right now. Now, before you jump to the answers, let's look at the question. And I believe this question is more of a process orientation. The question is targeting on process right now. Let's put some keywords here into action. First question. Who is being targeted in this question? Who is being targeted?
Project manager.
Project manager. So the person who is accountable, responsible is being targeted. Okay. What is the key term in this question? What is the key word or key sentence here?
Avoid scope creep.
There you go. And keep the team focused on delivering a product that meets the requirements during planning. All right. So what is the meaning of the word scope creep?
Not to add any more requirements in the scope.
Missed requirements.
Okay. Extra requirements. Extra.
Or missed requirements. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
additional requirements by the customer.
Additional requirements.
Okay.
Missed requirements, additional requirements.
Additional requirements.
Okay. Hey, I'm hearing two terms here. Missed, additional. Which one I have to go? Missed or additional? I'll listen to both. I'll go to both of them. Anil says additional. Anil, what do you mean by additional?
Something is requested more by the customer, which was not documented in the scope statement or scope document.
Which was not documented.
Or defined already in requirements. Yeah.
Okay. So let's put this way. There is the government, which is asking L and T to come with a hospital construction, which is one of the example we discussed in the class, hospital. So what I'm hearing here is there is something called work breakdown structure, and there is something called a scope statement. These all documents were created. Now, what happened here is, here, let's imagine they consider 30 features. So, Anil, if I listen to you, they missed it, or you say that's additional is they're adding another 4. Addition. Is it correct? Addition 4. Is this right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why you thought it's important? Do we need to add those additional 4?
No, it should go via change request.
So it's additional. Now, a question here is, this is part of something, a conversation which we go with your customer, like this the government has missed out. The government has missed out that, can we call missed out or it's additional? I'm trying to see both the word as equal or something different. Because I heard another term, another set of people here who said missed out. Is anyone here who's used the word missed out?
Yeah, I used it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, please go ahead. What is missed out here? This 4 items is missed out?
No, for this case, it is addition only. But let's say while giving the requirements from the customer end, they might have missed some of the requirements, and later they wanted to put it forward. So that will be a scope creep, and that will change the time, cost, schedule, everything actually.
Okay, it's going to impact a whole system.
Yes. That should go for with the formal change request process. That's what my understanding.
That's a good thought. We can see one other point from Vipin in YouTube. What he says is, requirements coming after fully approved scope statement qualifies as scope creep.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's
Makes sense, right?
yes.
Requirements coming after fully approved scope statement, which means a baseline has been formed. After a baseline, when I say baseline, government and the construction company L&T, they both agree on something. After this, they're introducing this 4 item. Okay, which you are trying to bring as a creep against what you baselined already. Let's also listen to Paushya. Paushya, you have something.
Yes, Shri. So, isn't it that I mean, when a scope is defined, there is some small changes or something which is made in that, and that keeps piling up, and that is a scope creep.
Small change in the requirement.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the requirement.
Up to
And
this, I
then,
understood. What do you mean by piling up? What is happening there?
like, like we do the change, the small change, and then again, later, again, another requirement comes up in Agile. And then we again do something which is not in the scope. Does that not mean scope creep?
Hmm. Um, let's see the project different here. When you say a project which is going on more of agile model, in agile model, we don't work on this kind of a baseline in our case,
Okay.
isn't it? Let's put another example here. American Express, I would have used this example in the class also. American Express, working with a company like Infosys in India. Now, American Express is giving a set of details to the Infosys, but it is a continuous flow of details coming in. Continuous detail. What do you mean by continuous detail, Shri? First thing, they shared a vision. The vision is like this. They're given a vision statement. The vision statement says, hey, we want a banking system using artificial intelligence to get the statement according to our customer's profile. Okay, that's a thing. But this vision, when they ask them, what is the artificial intelligence based statement? That I'm not clear. We will give requirement as we progress. As we progress. When they say as we progress, they're not going to conclude something like a baseline, what we do in a hospital construction project. Because in a hospital construction, we are clear of how many floors, how much of the square feet, and we know how much of people needed. We make a baseline. There, when a change starts coming inside, we will worry about this creeping process. Whereas in Agile, creeping word can happen if you go away from this vision itself. You asked for an artificial intelligence based system, but now you're asking, can you give some medicines details in the hospital? They said, man, what are you asking, man? You're going totally away from it. So you may go away from the vision. Yeah, creep can happen. But what I heard from you is a change which we kept it, but it piled up. A change which is coming from American Express, which is already decided in the contract. We accept your changes because we too don't know what is the requirement. You too don't know because we go by the Stacy graph. If you remember a few minutes back, we spoke about it. Requirement uncertainty and technical uncertainty. Only for this case, we come for Agile. So there I accept the changes. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But creep can happen. I'm not denying that Agile will not have creep. Agile also will have a creep. What if somebody goes away from the vision? That guy is creeping something away from the vision. Then I will say, hey guy, my man, you're going away. Hold on. You're not in the vision. There I'll talk about creep. But we accept changes. That's why in Agile principle number 2. What is the principle number 2 in Agile? What is the principle number 2 in Agile? Shri, do we have principles in Agile? Yeah, we have some principles. Principle number 2 says that welcome changing requirements even late in development. Do anyone remember this principle? Welcome changing requirements even late in development, isn't it? You accept the change. So their change is there. Is it clear, Bhavashya? You got it?
Yes.
Now let's go to the part of a creeping here. I feel this project is moving towards a little more planned area. They're asking how the project manager can avoid a creep and the team focus on delivering a product that meets requirements during planning. Okay. Now I'm reading the Vipin statement here. He says that requirements coming after fully approved scope statement qualifies as a scope creep. So there are something called two things are here. One is called scope creep scope creep. Other one is called gold plating. Have anyone heard about gold plating?
Yeah,
Yes.
contradictory to each other.
Okay, scope creep. Now we just now understood scope creep, as I'm hearing again from Vipin here, requirement coming after fully approved scope statement, which means after the scope baseline has been done, when somebody is introducing a change. When I say somebody introducing a change, this is somebody is going to be the customer himself, the sponsor himself. They say that, hey, can you do this? And then you have to go through the change control procedure. It is called a CCB, Change Control Board. Have you heard about Change Control Board? Change Control
Yeah.
Board is a set of people who
Yes.
sit and converse. Is this change going to have an impact? Impact on what kind of impact it's going to bring in, cost or time or a risk? They're going to talk about it. So when a scope creep comes in, the creep which is away from the vision, it's not acceptable. But within the vision, and we can accept this a change, they will do more analysis of it. Before even you go for a change control board, they create the impact analysis. What kind of impact this change can bring in, right? So this scope creep is something here. And now, before I go to goal plating, first I'll take the answer from you. Now, after conversing all this stuff, we understood scope creep here. We understood it's a well-planned project. And we also read the statement from Vipin talking about requirement coming after fully approved scope statement is called a scope creep. Now, which answer we can eliminate here before you go to the right answer? A, B, C, D. Which one is totally out? Elimination.
D.
Prevent stakeholders from direct interaction with the team. You don't want to do that?
No.
Doesn't look good, huh?
B is also out because daily stand-up is not the part of.
Whole daily stand up with all the development teams will not help here. Eh? So
Yeah.
B also goes out. So
A is
B
out.
and D. I'm
A
sorry?
also.
A also
A
out?
is also out. Yeah.
Oh, God, man. Looks like pretty easy answer for you guys. Ask all development team leads to prepare detailed requirements. Okay. So A, B, and D gone. C looks a good answer as per the elimination technique. But somebody can justify why C is a good answer?
Yeah, formal change request process is nothing but CCB here, right?
Ah,
Uh,
there you go. There you go. When they
you
use a
already wrote the
formal.
answer, Shri.
So
CCB.
when a change comes here, you record it as a change request. Okay. When the change request has been recorded parallelly or after that, they do something called impact analysis. Who do the impact analysis? The project
CCB.
manager plus the team. They do the impact analysis. You have to go and check what kind of impact and bring in. Now you can submit it to a group of people called a CCB. The CCB can approve it or they can deny it, right? Or they can defer it, which means they keep it old. Defer it, they keep it old. Now, after this process, they again go back and see what all documents to be updated. One of the document could be your schedule management, cost management, scope management. You will update all those documents. You will also update your change log. Change log. In change log, what you'll do is already when a change came in, something here, right? Change request. It was recorded, a change came in, let's say 12th of May, the change came in. And after all this process, you'll go and say that it is accepted or rejected. You'll write it down. You will also give the reasons why it is accepted, why it is rejected. Like that, there will be another change request. And this document will be communicated with the relevant stakeholders as per your communication management plan. And this will be tracked all over the project. I'm talking about a well-planned project. This is how they do. In a well-planned project, you need a change request. It should be first recorded in a system because you should know in the change log how many changes comes in this project because certain changes can get repeated. You may done a change request which came in the month of May in 2024. The same change will come again after 3 months. If I'm going to do again impact analysis, again I send it to CCB, it's a waste of time. Rather, you'll check that is it something happened before. So you record every change, where it came in, from whom it came in, what happened to that change, where is it right now, is it been implemented, has it been recorded, what doing there? You record all this information. Now, CCB, rightly you said, I heard the word formal is a key word here. Formal procedure. I'm sure in many companies, they have the internal system in the company which records a change system. Isn't it? Have you seen this kind of things in your company? They have a change management application. In that application, you'll have a record of changes coming in. Isn't it?
Yes.
Now, yeah, that looks a good question and good answer. Now, we didn't learn about goal plating. Do anyone know what is goal plating?
Shri, I have a question here.
Go
The
ahead.
one which I mentioned when the meeting started. Let's say here there is one more solution here, like talk with your stakeholders about the new scope and something like that. Then which one should be the answer for us?
You're
Let's say
saying
there
that
is
if
one
there is
more
one more answer, talk with your
yeah,
stakeholder. Very good.
yeah, and understand their requirements.
Very good. Very good. Do you think the stakeholder is a very broad statement, or you want to be very specific? Whom to talk?
I mean, whoever has added the change or raised the change,
Okay.
or done
Okay.
the
Very good.
scope creep, yeah.
Okay. So now your question is which answer to choose. Now,
Yeah.
do you think that is a solution or that is a process? What is your thought?
I mean, that is the first step. We should understand from the scope point, it's a stakeholder's point of view, why he's added, and we need to understand whether it is a project vision or product vision or it is out of the vision.
Very good. Very good. Do you think the same dialogue, what you said, will happen inside this impact analysis? Will it happen there?
Yes.
When you say impact analysis, I don't think we'll blindly do impact analysis, right? Impact analysis, you talk to them.
Yeah.
So thought here is they're saying that scope creep and keep the team focused on delivering a product that meets requirements during the planning phase. The question is, how can the project manager avoid the creep and keep the focus of the team, make it happen? Now, in this question, it's pretty evident that you have to follow certain steps, certain process, but the process will talk to the stakeholders also. So the answer, what you said, explicitly mentioning talk to the stakeholders. Nice to know, but what are you going to talk? More than that, you may go for an answer like this, which is pretty clear. I think somebody mentioned that formal procedure. When I say formal procedure, change comes in, I'm going to set up a formal meeting with them to understand why this change is coming. That is nothing but talking with the stakeholders. So answering a question, yes, when they say specifically certain things to be done with the stakeholder, chances are you may go to that answer. If not, you will see how you can do a formal procedure in this kind of case. So here it is a process plus people, or process plus people plus solution, all three coming here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tricky, isn't it? You
Yeah, I mean,
cannot just
this
stick
type
with
of
it.
question, this type of question we get when we solve our questions.
Exactly. I think it takes time. It takes time. Now you digest it, you will get more info.
Sorry, one more question. This change log should be updated for approval as well as denial. All three decisions. It should be
Let's take the
updated.
let's say the same case here. This change request was rejected. You did not update it here. You missed it. Any consequence you feel will happen if you don't update it here?
Yeah, as you said, maybe it will come after 6 months again, the same change request.
That is one consequence. Any other consequence? If you don't update this one, there's a change log report is sent every 1 week to your customers and stakeholders. That report will go blank.
Okay.
See, you decided and you discussed something called stakeholder management. We discussed something called communication management in the classes sometime. You remember that?
Yeah.
In stakeholder and communication management, what we discussed, we have to be transparent. We have to communicate right people with the right information. So if I don't update it here, then what you will communicate to the stakeholder?
Okay.
We will miss it, isn't it? So these are the procedures and process which can be updated with our stakeholders. They know that, hey, it's happening. For this, I know to keep in my back of my mind, okay, Friday evening, 3 o'clock, I have to send a mail. Friday evening, 3 o'clock, I have to send a mail. That's bad, isn't it? Yeah, project such a massive size of a hospital construction in Mumbai or Newark, I cannot keep in my mind Friday evening, 3 o'clock, I have to send a mail. That's bad. Change log automated system or some system, every 15 days, a report will go. In this report, the log number 001448, it's a change came in this date. It was rejected for this reason. Do you think we are very professional here? And
Okay,
that professionalism
sure.
is needed in project management. If not, you will slip out of the system. Yep. All right, then let's see quickly the answer. What is the answer here? Ooh, I think you all got the answer already. Adherence to agreed upon change management. Look at the word agreed upon. Agreed with whom? With whom we agreed?
Stakeholder.
Both the party. When the project was beginning, we agreed we will follow CCB. There is no hard rule that every company should follow CCB. It is up to them to decide. Hey guys, we will form a team and this team will decide the change will be accepted or rejected. Even today in many agile based companies, they too have CCB. In a sense, any major change in the vision comes in, they go to a change control board. Only when they agree, they move to the process of delivering. Because all of agile company today, they were all plan driven company few years back. So when they migrated from plan driven to agile, they don't want to give up CCB. They're still holding the CCB in the company. So it's a hybrid organizations now. So what will happen here is, while the other methods could be helpful, adherence to change process is a direct solution. It's a direct solution.